All right, guys. Base Fula, aka Base Muslim, aka Blue Hefner, aka the one that feminists, modern women, uh, liberal Muslims, liberals, uh, pro-blacks, Pan-Africanists, and people from the conscious community love to hate. Now, I was thinking about something, and I watched a video by Mad Bus Driver. Shout outs to him. As a matter of fact, I think when it comes to Mad Bus Driver, SY, I, he is the pioneer of SYS BM. You know, I think he really is the pioneer of that movement. But the reason why I want to make this video is because I want to say where where SYSMB fits into the equation of the passport bros, the SYS BM movement, and the manosphere in totality, and to a lesser extent the red pill. You know, um, when you really look at things, right, from the perspective of a Muslim in the West, you're not really getting a good deal out of it. Okay. Um, as a matter of fact, you can Google something every day and something will show up. You can TikTok something every day, something is going to show up. Okay, all the time. That's just how it works. Um, as a matter of fact, I'll show it right now. Now, the thing is this. Here's the thing. This is what we're dealing with here because of the simple fact that Muslim women in the West have taken after non-Muslim women, and I've said this in many occasions. So the thing is I'm reading this article, and this article is in a way social engineering because we all know that Muslim women are not allowed to marry non-Muslim men, and we also know that Muslim men are discouraged from marrying Muslim women or non-Muslim women unless they have inclinations to convert. But that Muslim man is, he is not to force or convince her this is the way to go. She has to do so on her own reconnaissance. So, um, I'm gonna read this article, and then I'm gonna go full circle with um, with 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 the point I'm trying to get out. So here we go. When Faka Chima and Jeff Beal were planning their September 2021 wedding, it was important to Chima that it included elements of a traditional ceremony of her Muslim faith while also being meaningful for her husband, who was raised Baptist. The couple's path to their dream interfaith wedding turned out to be more complicated than they had expected. While such unions are increasingly common, Muslim clergy have long frowned upon marrying outside the faith, and Chima and Bill struggle to find an imam who will officiate, much less adapt the Islamic ceremony known as nikah to recognize Bill. Many imams refuse to marry them, Chima said, because their bond is against Islamic teaching and was a sin. Bill was told to consider converting to Islam. It's not something that I wanted for him. because chances are the reason why she didn't want that for him is if he found out the rights that he has over his wife, um, this might not sit well. And I'm gonna say that the reason why you do see like Muslim men marry non-Muslim women and vice versa is because they're not aware, like these people are not aware of some of the rights that they would have if they were a Muslim couple. Now, their search only came to an end when Chima ran into an Instagram profile of Imam Saeed, the founder of London Nikah, a 10-year-old marriage agency that is now based in New Jersey. Saeed has officiated some 250 Muslim interfaith weddings in the past 5 years, marrying couples from around the world. Saeed's busy schedule, he said, is the result of being one of the few imams willing to conform the nikah to demographic reality. According to a 2015 Pew Research Center, 79% of the U.S. Muslims who are married or living with a partner. Now, that's telling that you now have Muslim women who are living with men that aren't married to them, which goes to tell, and probably vice versa too, which goes to tell you why SYSMB came about. That leaves 21% presumably in interfaith relationships. The rules about intermarriage favor men. According to Imam Abdullah bin Hamid Ali, head of the Muslim law program at Zaytuna, a Muslim liberal arts school in Berkeley, California, Ali said the Quran is clear that Muslim men are allowed to marry non-Muslim women as long as their brides are considered people of the book, Christian or Jews, Abraham as their spiritual forefather. A Muslim woman, however, cannot marry a non-Muslim man unless he converts. Whether the conversion is sincere or a matter of convenience, Ali said, it's a question between the person and God. If he converts because he really desires to be with his wife, we don't know. We only know his testimony of faith, which is indicated of his conversion. Another interfaith couple whom Saeed married via big screen Zoom call last year said they too had consulted other imams who expected the husband to convert. Saeed, who thinks the Quran's rules for marriage are open to other interpretations. There you have it. Scholars misleading us. I believe that two people coming together and leading a life of commitment and love is a beautiful thing, Saeed said, one of these liberal imams. And why would God not bless that? Well, bro, you shouldn't talk for God. I don't require anyone to convert because conversion is something that happens from the heart, he says. We have to stay true to who we are. I also don't want to ostracize couples from Islam, Saeed said. Muslims for Progressive Values, a non-profit organization, funded its marriage celebrancy division, offering wedding celebrations for couples of diverse religious backgrounds. In 2006, says on this website, its practices are deeply rooted in both Islamic and democratic principles. In 2020, MPV's network of officiants celebrated about 75 weddings in the United States with partner organizations, another 20 in Canada. Annie Zonenfeld, founder and president of MPV, said that the way marriage is interpreted in Islam today is cultural and not prescribed in the Quran. While men are clearly limited to marry within Abrahamic religions, women are advised to marry believers, Zonenfeld said, but the term is ambiguous. There's also evidence of mixed faith marriages in the Hadith, the commentaries on the Quran. Several Muslim faith leaders interfaith marriages are long and extravagant. from family only events to 20 to a wedding in Cancun. So chances are they're probably having bachelorette bachelorette parties or bachelor parties as well. Occasionally, couples will request a joint service with clergy members of another faith, adjusting the readings and some structural elements. The procedure is easier with members of Abrahamic traditions, but more challenging with Muslim Hindu couples. So now you're saying that like it's okay to marry polytheists then. Interfaith couples married by Saeed say he has a knack for creating ceremonies that feel natural, intimate, and exclusive, praise the way that they blend cultures. Still, progress is halting. A woman from Boston who recently got married to a non-Muslim man said that while nobody protested her choice, her family was very nice about the wedding. None of them showed up, except for her brother and friends who were very supportive. Okay, grew up in Pakistan. Okay, so here's another thing that we need to get into detail too. Chima and Bill are now adopting each other's religious habits. We're very open-minded to each other's faith, Chima said. So in Christianity, alcohol drinking is allowed, the eating of pork is allowed, although Jesus, upon him be peace, he actually prohibited those things, but they do it anyway. And all types of things are allowed in Christianity, so there's no telling what she's doing. They celebrate Christmas and fast together for Ramadan. His Ramadan obviously ain't going to be accepted. We know that. You can have a relationship like ours. You can thrive and still maintain your own faith and have your own identity. Is that right? Now, if we look at the scholars and what they say, let's listen to what they say about this. Let me look this up. So, it's not permissible for a Muslim woman to marry a non-Muslim man. Muslim men are discouraged from marrying Jewish and Christian. Marriage means sharing much of oneself with the spouse, and this can lead to being heavily influenced by this. Should this influence lead to one leaving Islam, that means their salvation day of judgment would be in jeopardy. Now, another thing is that the marriage is not going to be valid anyway. So, and even if a man does marry a woman from like a Jew or Christian family, she can't be one of these women that we see out here who rode the Rooster Carousel, who got pumped and dumped, who are single mothers who now blame men for everything. They can't be that. So, the thing is that the thing is that the marriage is not going to be valid. Okay. Now, this is even more telling. Sayyiduna Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, um, he prohibited marriages from Jewish and Christian women because he saw the corruption that resulted in Iraq and Syria because of it. So this is why SYSMB was started, because of the corruption that you see now due to these women. Okay, and it's not only the non-Muslim women, it's the Muslim women as well. Because a lot of times when they're engaging in these marriages or quote unquote marriages, their whole goal is hypergamy. Their whole goal is, okay, this guy can provide me a lifestyle, that maybe a Muslim man can't, or this guy can provide me a lifestyle and I can do what I want to do because I know under a Muslim man, I won't be able to do everything I want to do. So with that being said, the reason why SYSMB fits into this sector, into this whole sector that we're in the manosphere sector, is because of the simple fact we're dealing with the same thing. It's just dressed different. Because, for example, the Sansere Monique or whatever her name is, the Cynthia G's, the Ihan Omar's, the Ayan Hershey's, the Drew Buffaloes or whatever her name is. We're dealing with them, right? But we're also dealing with our own women who follow them, and rather follow them than follow what was given to them as a gift from God. So with that being said, this is the reason why I came up with SYSMB, because I'm gonna be honest with you, more and more you are seeing Muslim women come up with podcasts bashing men, Muslim men, not even mentioning the Prophet alayhi salatu salam, not even mentioning his lovely, or I should say his I guess you can say his exalted wives, okay? But just using it as a platform to bash us Muslim men, because of the simple fact that, again, as we read, unfortunately, Muslim men have fell into the trap of, Keisha, Karen, Licinius, Ling Ling, Malbogia, Maria too, because the demands that these women make, that Muslim women make, unfortunately make the access to the non-Muslim women more accessible. So rather than try to fix the problem, which I believe the problem cannot be fixed, I don't think I'm not trying to sound like a pessimist. I'm just looking at the writing on the wall. Rather than rather than try to fix the problem, the best thing to do is the opposite of the problem. So, the Prophet alayhi salatu salam said, I believe he said something to the effect that that for every something about, in order to stop something, do the opposite of that. So rather than waste your time and pursue these women, Muslims included, okay, in the West, I'm talking about the ones in the West, do something different, meaning go somewhere different and try it and see if it's going to be reciprocated in a different place where the gender war is not taking place. And like the difference between us and the passport, or I guess you can say we are like a different sector of the passport bros, a different sector of the manosphere, and things like that. But the rules are universal. Now, granted, there are guys who want to go and yeah, they want to date around. They want to use their passports to date around. Okay, that's on them. I'm not about to condemn what they're doing. You know, that's on them. That's what they want to do. However, there are others who do want to pursue a marriage, right? They want to complete half their deen. Now, you can still go to these countries. You can still go to Brazil. You can still go to Colombia. You can still go to, for example, Guyana. But what you will have to do is seek out the Muslims there. That's what you will have to do. And possibly by seeking out the Muslims there, it will work out for you. It depends on where you go, though. Because a lot of these places also have the feminism bug, too. But what I'm saying is, nothing will ever be good enough since you see Muslim women actively pursuing non-Muslim men. Okay? I'll read another story. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah. And so rather than even try to engage, because the thing is, if you decide you want to marry a non-Muslim woman, just understand it's not going to be really cohesive because she's going to come with the baggage that a Keisha, that a Karen comes with. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Most of them have that baggage. I kid you not. Every single day I'm walking up and down the street, I see a Keisha or I see a Karen with some kind of colored hair, long fake lashes, tongue rings, all types of stuff. Okay? Why not go somewhere where you can get someone who hasn't been tarnished? Right? Yes, it's more effort. Everybody knows it's more effort. But even Allah says man will only get what he strives for. So rather than strive to do what these chimpanzees and these caucasoids tell you to do, which is, oh, black love, oh, keep it in the community, and this, that, and the other, why not go to places where you don't have to worry about all that? Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to wrap up with this. If you marry the wrong partner, your faith is going to suffer. Okay? Everything is going to suffer. Because that's a very telling thing about Umar. What Umar prohibited. Those interfaith marriages. Because the thing is, you're going to take on their ways, whether you like it or not. Okay. With that being said, you're going to need to travel to get yourself the best deal. Okay? You're going to need to you're going to need to do that. Okay? That's what you have to do. That's the only way it's going to go. And here's the thing. It doesn't have to be en masse, okay? I don't expect to see a mass exodus. However, if one can set the torch, okay, and light the flame, it's going to be the only way that we create balance, okay? Because let me see if I can find this. There's actually a page. Hold on, let me see if I can look for it. Let me actually look for it real quick. Just give me a minute. Sorry, this is a long video because I just had to get the point across about like what which one call it is about. SYS MB is about. You know. Oh, it looks like he started a new page. He started a new page. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna end with this. I'm gonna end with this story that I heard on another page. There was a brother named Marriage is Halal on TikTok. And what happened was there was an Indian woman who was Muslim. She found a non-Muslim man. The thing is they got together. Okay. They got together. I guess there was love involved. However, I believe he was a Chad. So what he did is he pumped and dumped her. And he left her with the kid. And also, on top of the kid, she can't get child support from him. So the thing is that she was thinking hypergamy because he's of I'm not gonna even say Caucasian, because if I call like American Denegio man Caucasian, I'm actually insulting the real Caucasians from Dagestan, from Chechnya, from Ingushetia, from the Circassians, and like those are the real Caucasians. You know what I mean? Those are real deal Holyfield Caucasians. So I won't refer to like Denegios as Caucasians. But she was thinking like hypergamy. He was thinking pump and dump. Now she's in a situation where there will sure be probably like a simp who will take her. But the problem is now that simp is going to have to deal with her baggage. There was also another Muslim woman who is divorced probably, who was saying the benefits of marrying a divorced woman. And to that Muslim woman, the benefits, the harms, and the stress outweigh the benefits. So what I'm saying is that going forward, that SYSMB is not just for the sake of finding a wife. It's for the sake of keeping your financial health, your spiritual health, your mental health, your emotional health. And I hate to say it, your psychological health. And I really hate to say what I'm about to say. I'm going to end on this note. But women in the West, Muslim or non-women, or Muslim or non-Muslim women are detrimental to all the things that I named. So with that being said, I'm going to say again, SYSMB, save yourself, Muslim brother. Fula signing out. Njarama.